out of jail, Craig?
Yeah, I suppose. You know, it was a bit like that, same sort of games when we played the Tigers, really, you know. So, you know, I thought our first half was, I don't know if poor was the right word, but I just thought we probably were looking for some easy options instead of sticking to what, you know works for us. I thought our second half was really good, you know. We you know, built some pressure and, you know, did a lot of the things that, you know, we know work for us and the things that we plan to do during the week. But like I say, I just thought in the first half we were, you know, we probably weren't willing at times to get our hands dirty. The second half I thought we were, and, you know, that was the difference.
Can that happen against the Warriors? Can you get sort of sucked into playing the way they play? Because that seemed to be what was going on. They were throwing it around and then you started throwing it around.
Oh, yeah, you'd like to think not, but yeah, I don't think that happens. I think it was just, you know, we've probably seen a couple of opportunities and that were just low percentage plays instead of high percentage plays, and, you know, we went for those and they didn't work, and like I say, we put ourselves under pressure, especially towards the end of the first half. You know, we sort of, it was like we were playing like we were 10 behind with, you know, 5 minutes to go instead of, you know, I think we were 4 in front with coming on half time, you know. So, but anyway, like I say, it's, you know, I thought the guys done a real good job in the second half with just getting back to what we need to do and, you know, building a bit of pressure. And, you know, they scored first, and it was obviously against the run of play with that intercept. But I thought, you know, we didn't panic there either. We just kept sticking to what we were doing, and then we scored some points at the end.
So those fifth tackle chips and passes, weren't you guys throwing something new at them to sort of undermine whatever Todd and Danger might have told them about how you're playing? Were they not part of the game?
Oh, there was a couple earlier that probably, you know, we'd looked at, but probably, you know, those couple on, you know, around the last 10 minutes of that first half probably weren't part of what we practiced or spoken about. Yeah.
Cooper mentioned after the match that you had a few harsh words to say at half time. Is it sort of the first time you really had to do that this season?
Serious now?
Yeah, you know, there's been better sprays, but I just thought we just needed to get back to doing what we need to do, and there was a couple of things that, you know, that we you know, we just had to get a lot better at. You know, there was one thing defensively and one thing with the footy I just wanted them to do, and we stuck to that. You know, I knew we'd get back on track again. You know, I think we did that. So yeah, I think they were strong words, and but, you know, I think they need the same. And well, perhaps they didn't need the same, because as soon as I finished, you know, basically the leaders were saying the same thing. So, but you know, it's always nice coming from the coach sometimes.
On the radio, Warren said he would have been happy with Phil Chambers ignoring supports inside and out when he scored that first half try. I suppose he made up with it. If you weren't happy, you made up for it in the second half, didn't you?
I thought Will done a pretty good job there, because, you know, Locke basically, you know, he stopped and turned out a little bit there. You know, his body position was that he was going for, I think it was Bill on the inside. It was either Bill or Cooper. And, you know, to me, I thought Will read that pretty good, because he hardly got a, you know, when Will just showed and went, you know, I don't think Locke even got a hand on him. So I think he picked his body position pretty good there. I thought he'd done a good job there, actually.
Matthew Elliott thought there was a forward pass in the try scored in the second half.
Yeah, could have been, might not have been. Yeah, at the end of the day, there are things for referees to decide, and, you know, they've got to decide them on the spot. So, you know, there's always decisions that can go either way, you know, but, you know, during the game. So, but like I say, yeah, it could have been. It looked a little bit doubtful, I must say, but at the end, you know, yeah, Billy scored at the end. So
they're very cool under pressure. Do you, as coach, ever worry that they're not going to be cool in a pressure situation like that, like trailing or whatever, 9 minutes to go? Or do you look for bodies sort of that they're calm, or do you just assume they will be?
Yeah, I just assume and expect them to, because, you know, it's we just know that, you know, 8 or 9 minutes in the game of footy's still, you know, a long time. You know, obviously there's a bit of urgency if you're 14 or 16 behind, but, you know, we were only 2 behind, so you know, all we needed to do was score again. So there's no use going into panic mode and doing things that, you know, we know don't work for us. And but like I say, you know, basically with these, you know, the 4 guys, you know, with obviously with our playmakers there and Ryan Hoffman, you know, those guys are really experienced, and, you know, they usually keep cool heads, and, you know, they work for us tonight.
Cam, is it as frenetic as a game you play played with the ball in motion. Some of the ruck speeds were a bit slow. With the ball in motion, it seemed to be pretty frenetic for most of the night.
Yeah, it was, Russ, for both sides. That's a style of footy that Warriors play regularly, and tonight the footy we play was a little bit different to what we usually do, mate, and that wasn't planned. I can guarantee you that first half that was unlike us, and I mentioned that to the boys on just at half time when they scored right in the bell there, that that we'll just come up with plays that were low percentage plays, and that just was very unlike Melbourne Storm. We're all about building pressure on the opposition and kicking long, and I don't think the Warriors spent too much time coming off their own end in that first half, and they're big, powerful guys and they're skillful. That's the last thing you want to do is invite them into your own end and let them camp down there for 40 minutes. It was a pretty quick game, and as you said, I agree with you. It always is against the Warriors, particularly this game. It seems to always be that way when you have a big crowd and a big atmosphere, and it makes you play a lot more upbeat style of footy. But we sometimes play our best footy when it's a little bit slower and a bit more controlled.
What does it say that you were able to play like that in the first half, still win about this new group sort of pushing forward, that you're able to adjust on the run in the second half?
I think firstly it shows that we're pretty mentally tough. We're tough mentally. That that when we know something's not working, and if someone has a word to us out in the field, or if Craig says something to us at half time, that we can just turn around and get back to what we know works for us, and that's that tough style of footy, that grinding footy, just getting our boys to get the ball and run hard and kick long, and then get a good defensive line and try and keep them down their end. I think the one thing we're lacking at the moment is just a bit of patience. Like tonight, I don't know how many times we dropped the ball. Well, in fact, the whole season, every game we've played, when we get up the opposition end, we're looking for a big play, or we're looking for a play that's going to get us 4 points where we shouldn't be. We score plenty of points anyway with all the errors that we've made this year. We just got to get back to making teams work a lot harder on their own try line, and whether that's trying to roll the ball in the in goal on the last, or even if we turn the ball over a metre out from a try line, that's a good set, and I don't think we're doing that at the moment. We're just trying to, every time we get up there and we're trying to score points. Once we get that around our heads that we don't have to do that, I think you'll see a better footy side.
Were you surprised they took the two with about 12, 13 minutes to go, scores level, you guys on your try line?
Look, that's a bit of a 50-50 call there. That shows a lot of respect to our defensive line, particularly from where he was. That was a great kick by Sean Johnson to convert that penalty. We've always sort of gone for putting pressure on there, and really when you get a team on the back foot, trying to build some more pressure. But that was their decision. Thankfully, in the end, they took the two, because if that would have been 6, it would have been a totally different ball game, and would have been a little bit harder to peg them back.